would like to talk to you all about all the different textbooks available for second years and what and all the different options you have, the advantages and disadvantages of most of these textbooks, and what are the other accessory things you need to do well in your second year. So first of all, about pathology. Your daily reading books which you have already known about are uh, Harsh Mohan and Robbins Basic Pathology, which is a very popular choice among most of the students, and most of them are going to pick up Harsh Mohan, and your pathology professors are going to be absolutely against it. But if you think Harsh Mohan is good for you, then fine, go ahead to that. But I'm here to say that there is more to life than just Robbins and Harsh Mohan. There's something called Pathoma. Pathoma is your USMLE step 1 revision material for pathology, and it serves as very good material for you to start on pathology. I feel every disease condition is summed upon with its key findings and what are the most important things you need to know about it, but it's very concise, and it gives you an idea about the pathology and doesn't really go into the details. Another good book would be Rubin's Pathology, which I would place in between Harsh Mohan Pathology and Robbins Basic Pathology. It is a mediocre good book with difficult language which you need to get accustomed to, but definitely worth looking at. And your reference book, your gold standard is going to be your Robbins Pathologic Basis of Disease, and I think it's in the ninth edition right now. It would be about 2500 to 3000 pages book. It's an excellent book for PGs, okay, and you don't need to read each and every line of this book and understand what it's going to say. Just make sure you understand the most important parts, which I personally feel is the general pathology, which is the first half of the book. Once you've got your general pathology figured out, your systemic pathology will just be like adding on names to all these general pathological processes which are going to happen. So that will be a very good, easy approach you could take on pathology. And other than this, you're going to need two extra books, which is your color atlas for anatomical pathology and your color atlas for histopathology. Now, your anatomical pathology will help you visualize, because some colleges may not have specimens for all the different pathological conditions. So if you just look at a specimen, maybe you will remember the condition better. And the histopathology is basically for your histology diagrams. So if you want to do good in them and impress your pathology professors, I suggest you pick up one of those books. So moving on to pharmacology, your daily reading is going to be either Tripathi, Shanbag or Sharma, and they're very bad options, I would say, to get into pharmacology, because they focus on the drugs straight away and important questions and basically useless stuff. So my suggestion would be to personally check out Kadzang Board Review or George M. Brenner textbook. Both of them are brilliant in the sense they're very simple to understand, and they take a more uh, action-based approach or a systemic approach, which is much more better than a drug-based approach. And you would be exposed to all different drugs which would have a similar action, and what are the options you have, what are the differences in mechanism of action, and all those things are going to be a much better covered, and you would have a better understanding of pharmacology as a subject when you take up Kadzan Board Review or George M. Brenner. I strongly suggest you stay away from KD Tripathi, Sandbag or Sharma. They are not going to help you in the long run, and if you go state those as reference books, no one is going to respect you. Okay. And moving on to reference books, there's always the Kadzang clinical pharmacology book, and then there's Goodman and Gilman, which is the gold standard textbook. But there's one book which I found out, which is very useful from professor. I saw him reading this, so I just checked it out, and it's very good. It's called Pharmacotherapy Principles and Practice by Joseph. Okay, it's very expensive book, around 10,000 rupees. Please do go to your college library and check it out. It's very good. The diagrams are just brilliant over there, and you have amazing aids for you to understand pharmacology. I would suggest you go and see into it rather than me speak about it, because it's really a good book. And then Rang and Dane pharmacology is another option, which is a mediocre option, not great. Rang and Dane did amazing work in hematology, so if you're going to read blood drugs over there and disorders over there, it'll be really good. So that would be that. And I found Kaplan lecture notes very useful for revision. And my best way to remember pharmacology was flashcards. So you just put a process. For example, you take uh, cyclooxygenase, NSAIDs, okay, and you go to the phospholipase A and then COX pathway, LOX pathway, and angio AC1, AC2, and you put the drugs in between and you remember the process and the drugs and where they act upon and what effect do they have. Excellent way to remember, still works, and it personally helped me a lot remember a lot of drugs, and that's how it's given in Kajang. George M. Brenner's little bit you need to work on the memorization tips, but it's equally a good book. Then moving on to microbiology, um, I would say that it's very hard because microbiology is a lot of remembering and there's no way going around about it. I would not suggest you to pick up Panikaran Anantharan, which is going to be suggested by most of your microbiology professors, and your Baveja Apurva Sas. Baveja's okay, but Apurva Sas is excellent for getting marks, and it's not going to help you understand microbiology per se. But I personally found Kaplan lecture notes for microbiology very helpful and very useful for me. And then I would go to Apurva Sastry and just revise for my exams, and that would be a good option because microbiology is like your opposite of pharmacology. Drugs will do good to your body and bring them back to normal, but microbiology will do bad to your body and take it to different routes. So they are both opposite subjects, or say, but pathology is the process in which both of these happen. So it's a link between pharmacology and microbiology. So that's all about that. And there's an excellent reference book called Bailey and Scott. Very extensive, very time consuming. I've just gone through it for very few parts, but worth it if you are interested in microbiology, which I'm clearly not. So I'm just going to move on to forensic medicine. So everyone is going to say Rajesh Bardal and Narayana Reddy. There are few other textbooks which will make your life much simpler, like just 200, 300 pages, and you're done with forensic medicine for life. So one such book is V. Dekal. You want a little more extensive, more explanation, or you want some content which you need to write in the exam, you can go for Gautam Biswas. International book would be Simpson's Forensic Medicine. So I wouldn't suggest you just understand forensic medicine as a way of life, as being a doctor, being responsible, knowing your duties, knowing what to do in case of an emergency, in case of poisoning, in case of different cases, and just be exposed with that and be done with it. Okay, you don't need to go into the extensive details of which section is going to cause which punishment and which section is for which crime, and all of those are for your advocates, not doctors. So you need to be exposed to forensic medicine and you need not focus on forensic medicine, but I would strongly suggest you please focus on pathology and pharmacology. Microbiology, you won't know most of the conditions what organism is causing the problem. You know a general group of organisms, for example, gram-negative bacteria are going to cause this, and they have a list of common properties which you need to know. Okay, but pharmacology is your bread and butter. It needs to be because you're going to use each and every drug in your practice, and your pathology is going to help you in understanding the microbiology better. So I would suggest you put in your time maximum towards pathology and pharmacology, followed by microbiology, finally by forensic medicine. This would be the best strategy for studying for your second year, and that would be all for this video. Please do like, comment and subscribe and share these videos to all your friends. Knowledge is always meant to be shared. Thank you.